Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we have a fragrance video. It has been forever since I posted a fragrance video on this channel, but I've decided to start posting these again periodically. If you guys enjoy them, I will do them more often, but I thought this would be a fun little segment to add back on to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be covering 8 super sexy fragrances for men. These will be perfect for a date night, perfect for a lovely evening with the special lady in your life. Or attracting one if you don't have one already. I personally really enjoy all of these fragrances, so they get the Courtney stamp of approval, but these are also fragrances that have performed pretty well in past reaction videos that I've done. And just a heads up, these are more on the designer side of things. They're a bit more affordable, on the lower price point. If you are someone who's really into niche fragrances, maybe this is not the video for you, but I wanted to start by doing designer because I think that's more accessible for most people. And if you guys want to see a niche video in the future, I can definitely do that. First up is always the fragrance that I recommend to guys when they ask me for my personal recommendation, and that is Prada Luna Rossa Black. This is the fragrance that I think of when I think of a date night. It's kind of powdery, a little mysterious. This is my favorite of the Luna Rossa line and one of my personal favorites for men. I've actually had so many men message me that they've purchased this from my recommendation and the lady in their life loved it, or they've received so many compliments from it. So trust me when I say this is killer. So again, it's kind of a powdery, mysterious fragrance, tonka bean, coumarin, amber. It's a bit musky. Love this one. Next up, another one of my all-time favorites, and that is Maison Margiela Jazz Club. This is a subtly sweet, boozy tobacco date night scent. I do think that this one smells a little bit more niche and elevated than some of the other kind of synthetic designer offerings. And I will say, some people find this to be a little bit too much with the combination of the boozy and the tobacco, but I am really not like a boozy tobacco lover type of gal, and I love this one. To me, this smells exactly the way it's described. It smells like a very sexy guy in like a leather jacket sitting at a bar or a jazz club sipping on a drink. And I will say, in comparison, I prefer this one instead of By the Fireplace. I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but I don't love the smoky nature of By the Fireplace. It's not a smell that I like. I don't like the smell of a fire pit or a fireplace, so that's why I prefer this one. Next up, we have Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. This one was actually created in 1995 by Francis Kurkdjian and helped lay the foundation for what later could be a fragrance that I'm sure all of you know, Versace Eros. This is a creamy vanilla aromatic with a bit of freshness. I think it smells very masculine. I personally love this one. Some people might think that this one smells a little bit dated just because it was, created in 1995, which was quite a bit ago, the year that I was born actually. But I personally still think it really holds up. I love this one. I prefer this actually to Versace Eros. I would say if you're gonna go for one of them, go for this one. It's similar, but it doesn't give me a nauseating headache the way that Versace Eros does. Again, Versace Eros is a very popular fragrance. I'm not going to hate on the way it smells. It's mass appealing for a reason, but I do think it can be a little bit headache inducing with that ambroxan in there. So if you're gonna go for either one of them, I would choose this one. And this one is less popular now than Versace Eros, so you're not going to smell like every other guy. And honorable mention to Ultra Male because I also love that one. Next up, we have Dolce & Gabbana The One. This is the EDP version. The reason why I'm showing you this one and not the EDT is because this one has way better performance than the EDT. Love the EDT. It smells amazing. My fiance actually wore it on our first date. Could that be a contributing factor as to why we have the amazing relationship we do? I don't know, but it did its job. It worked. I think this one is just a date night staple. You cannot go wrong with this one. It is mass appealing. Again, a very sensual amber tobacco scent. Perfect for a date night. It's sexy, it's masculine, we love it. Okay, this next one might surprise you. I think it's the cheapest on this list, but in a reaction video that we did in the past, this one was every single person's favorite except for one, and I'm pretty sure the person who didn't like it was a man. So none of you will probably even care about that anyway. All the girls ranked this as their #1 favorite in the video. It smells good. I wouldn't say it's anything special or unique or mind-blowing, but apparently the ladies love it. This is Polo Red, by the way. I realized I didn't say that. And I think this one just goes to show that sometimes keeping it simple and keeping it basic is the way to go. The base notes for this one are cedarwood, vetiver and vanilla, but then it also has these citrusy notes of lemon and bergamot in it that really round it out nicely. So I like this one. After smelling it, I'm like, I understand why the women liked it. I like it too. Again, nothing mind-blowing, nothing super unique, but it's a good one. You can't go wrong. Okay, you guys, I feel a little silly for this next one, and you guys are probably going to judge me, but I have to admit, this is one of my all-time favorites, and that is Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. The bottle, we don't love the bottle, but the way it smells is incredible. This one is aromatic, it's musky, balsamic, type of green, spicy. This one surprisingly has aged so well. I remember smelling this when I would go to the mall with my parents when I was little, and I was in my stage where I loved Abercrombie & Fitch, and my dad would just roast it. He'd be like, I can smell it from across the mall. And so maybe this scent brings back some nostalgia for me, but I just think on a man, this smells absolutely incredible. And you know what? It also smells like a niche fragrance from Parfum de Marly Percival. And this one is the one to get if you're balling on a budget. I don't know how much this is exactly, but I know it's relatively affordable. So again, judge me all you want. I know the bottle is a bit questionable, but I love this one. And if you're a guy who wants something affordable that's going to smell amazing, very masculine, I would say this one is pretty different than any of the things on this list. It's not sweet, it's musky, it's masculine, very different than any of the things on this list. This is a great gym scent. It's a great out of the shower scent. Very versatile, would be great for a date night in the summer or the winter. I just really think that you can't go wrong with this one. And for a cologne, the performance is actually pretty good. So something to keep in mind. Oh my gosh, this is maybe my favorite, honestly, out of all of these on the list. And I have to say, as I'm sitting here smelling this, I'm going to ask my fiance to wear this today because it might be my favorite on this list. Oh my God. Okay. Next up, another mass appealing fragrance that you just can't go wrong with, as most of these are on this list, YSL La Nuit de l'Homme. This is spicy, woodsy, herbaceous. If you're not a fan of sweet smells, this one or Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce would probably be the two that I would recommend to you. It's spicy, it's woodsy, it's masculine and sexy, but without that sweet component that sometimes makes people feel a little bit nauseous. This one has bergamot, lavender, and cedar. It's a very comforting scent, and it's mass appealing for a reason. Great choice. All right, guys, we saved the bad boy for last, and that is Carolina Herrera Privé. If you can't tell, this is supposed to be a flask. It's like mimicking a flask bottle. And that's exactly what it is. It's explosive whiskey and a sensual black leather. This is the ultimate bad boy fragrance. It just smells like a guy that would absolutely ruin your life. It's a leather jacket. It's nonchalant. I mean, it is what it is. Leather, whiskey, tonka bean, whole 9 yards. It's just the true bad boy fragrance on the list. You wear a chain, you rock a leather jacket, you're nonchalant, and you're gonna ruin my life. That's what this is. I know a lot of you who are really into fragrances might be watching and thinking that is a very predictable list, but they're mass appealing for a reason. They're popular for a reason. I think all of these are great options for someone just getting into fragrances, or you want something a little bit more affordable and budget friendly, that you're going to get a lot of versatility out of. These are sexy, these are safe, these are not going to offend anybody. And I think women tend to really like all of these. So give these a shot. Let me know what you think. If you've tried any of these, let me know down below. What is your favorite scent? What is the scent you wear that women seem to like the most? Would love to hear from all of you guys down in the comments. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.